Give up. 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 There have been so many times where I wanted to give up. All I get to hear is how this will never pay the bills. I look for likes, I get none. I wait in anticipation for comments, but nothing. The support is fleeting and the dream is fading. Do I just give up?
One day someone will look back and listen to this, because there's nothing to watch but just to listen, and they'll realize what a big nincompoop Zachary Taylor Ward is. But that's okay, as long as I've made him laugh. Bye-bye for now.
Hey, what is up, everyone? Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love just having each of you here. If this is your first time, though, my name is Zachary Ward. I am a photographer, and I love creating videos for you. So if you need a laugh or you need a little bit of encouragement, then you are in the right place. So go hit that subscribe button for me. But yes, as you saw in the show, if I can call it that, we are talking a little bit about giving up and why I'm a photographer, and that is what the whole topic of today is. I hope that this can be an encouragement for each of you if you are going through something similar, but without any wasting of time, let's jump into the first topic. Okay, so I am going to give you something to think about and something to be reminded of as you are pursuing maybe the same very thing that I am, and that is you have to block things out. Now, if you heard in my thing before, I said I look for likes and I get none, and I look for comments and I get none. And then the support is fleeting and the dream is fading. So you hear that whole thing, and I said that in that because I want that to be something that you hear. Maybe you are hearing and you block it out because it doesn't mean anything. So I want to start with likes. So many people are consumed with getting likes on social media and stuff like that. And yes, the hard part about this, and I want to address the hard part about this, is the fact that when it comes to social media, likes and comments and stuff like that are very, very important for the growth of whatever you're doing. But in the end, do they really matter? That's the part that I want to get to. And the reason I'm talking about this is to kind of ease your mind. And I get it. Like, for the past many years that I've been on social media, the thing that has consumed me too much and the thing that has bothered me is the fact that I barely get any likes or comments on my post. And it's like, I post stuff that I'm trying to be meaningful and trying to, get my business stuff out there, and it gets nothing. But people who post these like things that just are honestly meaningless get like thousands of comments and stuff like that. And to me, I'm like, why? Maybe if you're like me, this is like just pummeling you down. You're like, what am I supposed to do about this? Well, my thing is you need to block those things out. So yeah, there's been many things that I've failed at, and you can tell by how many changes I've made with things. But that's the point. That's part of the process and adventure and the journey. So if you want, you can go down in the description below and go follow me on my Erit Luke's photography on Instagram and Facebook. And you can check that out and see what it is. A lot of content's going to be produced soon, but obviously we are in quarantine and I can't do a lot about that. Okay, next part. So, why am I a photographer? Well, first of all, if you don't know, I'm a photographer and I love doing it. It's so much fun. Ooh, I just touched on one of my things. But the biggest reason that I am a photographer is because God has blessed me with the ability and the creative mind to do it. If you know me at all, I am super creative, love anything creative. In this whole time in quarantine, I've been like messing with Photoshop and After Effects and all sorts of different things. It's been fun, and it's not like I have the best stuff to show for it, but it's just like I've been invested in digging into it and stuff like that, and it's just fun. And God has blessed me with the ability, and it's like for the longest time, right when from high school, like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but the one thing that just always clicked back up and still does to this day, every time I'm always like, what am I doing with my life, is photography. Because it's like I love just having my camera and taking pictures. Or sometimes I just get my phone out a lot of times now and I'm trying to be more creative, and I found more creativity than I ever have before. So God has blessed me with this ability to do this, and I don't want to waste it. And the second thing is I love doing it. Like, it's just plain flat out, that's how it is. For the longest time, I know that I've been like taking pictures. Like I used to have, those old film ones, like the film canister, and went to Walmart to like get them produced, and or like, you know what I'm talking about. Those were, man, back in those days. But like I've always been doing that. I've always been making videos too, like things like that. Like this has been something that I've been doing since forever, and it didn't really click in my head until later on, but I've always loved doing this, and that's one of the biggest reasons I am a photographer, is because it's part of who I am. The third thing, and a little bit of a side note to the last one, is I love capturing moments for people to remember for as long as they can. That's one of the greatest things about pictures, is the fact that you can capture something for someone, whether it's a senior photo or a family portrait or an event that you're going to do, whatever the case it is. Like, you're able to go capture that moment for someone, and they can put it up on their wall, they can have it on their phone at all times, whatever it is, they can have it for as long as they want, and they get to keep that moment. Like, a lot of times you have these moments that you capture, like you see wedding photography. If there was no such thing as wedding photography, like, people would have a hard time remembering what their wedding was like. Like, they go 30 years down the road, and they're like, what was my wedding? Like, I kind of remember, but I don't really, like, then they see the pictures and they're like, whoa, like, yeah, I remember this time. You remember this time, honey? Like, that kind of stuff. And that's the part that just, like, gets me, like, going all the time, is like knowing that I can capture a moment for someone else that they can remember for hopefully a lifetime. And that's one of the biggest reasons I'm a photographer, is because I can capture that moment for someone else and do that. And so it's just a joy for me to be able to do that. So maybe you're sitting here wondering, am I going to give up? No, I'm absolutely not going to give up. There's no way on this earth that I'm just going to be like, throw in the white towel and be done, even though there's so much outside noise coming in and telling me, Zach, you need to give up. You need to be done. You need to go do something that's more reasonable. Well, guess what? I'm not just going to give up on this, that I have this passion and love for photography that I have. And I don't want any of you to either. If that can be any encouragement in your day whatsoever, let that be it. That yes, life knocks you down many, many times. And maybe, yes, there will be times where I have to go do something else and then build this on the side. But the thing is, I'm not just going to throw my camera out and say I'm done for life. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pursuing it fully and not give up on it. And I really urge each one of you, whatever it is in your life that maybe you feel like you're just like, I want to give up, I don't want to do this anymore. Do not give up. Just please don't give up. Like, the thing that we do the easiest is giving up. We just like, well, throw in the white flag, we're done. But that's the one thing I do not want you guys to do, because there is talent there. There is a gift. And God has you where you are for a purpose. And He's going to use you in that way. If you would just trust Him, believe in Him, and pursue Him with 100,000,000% of all that you have. And so that's where I'm going to leave you today. That's why I'm a photographer. That's why I will not give up. Boom. So flippity flip. I'm not actually done. Make sure, if you guys can, go hit that subscribe button. I know it's not that hard. You just go click it, boom, and you're done. And also make sure to share this with anybody that you know. Leave those comments down below. Hit that like if you want. It doesn't really matter to me. And I will see you in the next video. So peace out to each one of you, and I hope that you have a joyous day. Boom. See ya.